In this example, the batter runner will be guilty of interference prior to first base. The batter runner contacts the fielder attempting to field a batted ball. The umpires call timeout and call the batter runner out. Rule 2, Section 51, Interference. An act that hinders or prevents a player from making a play. Offensive interference is the act by the team at bat which interferes with, obstructs, impedes, hinders, or confuses any fielder attempting to make a play. Note 2. If the batter runner has not touched first base at the time of interference, all runners shall return to the base last occupied at the time of the pitch. If there was an intervening play being made on another runner, all runners shall return to the base last touched at the time of the interference. Rule 8, Section 5. A runner is out when the runner interferes intentionally with a throw or a thrown ball, or interferes with a fielder who is attempting to field a batted ball. If the crew has access to video review, is this play eligible for review based on the parameters of the Video Review Guideline Manual? And the answer is no. The only interference calls that are eligible for video review are spectator interference, runner's lane interference, or interference of the forced play slide rule. Does the rulebook support the crew conferencing on this play since it does not fall under the 10 plays covered in Appendix E getting the call right? And the answer is no. Section 1, Letter D, states umpires are not required to seek help on plays which they are 100% confident in their judgment and view of the play. Head coaches are not entitled to a second opinion when the calling umpire is certain his decision is correct. Both the plate and base umpire were in a spot with an optimal view of the play. The umpires were not missing a major aspect of the play. This call is umpire judgment. The rulebook would not support a crew conference under these parameters. The umpires must decide if the contact by the batter runner on the first baseman is malicious. If the contact is judged malicious, the batter runner should be ejected from the game. Rule 2, Section 26. The immediate removal or disqualification of a player or coach from any further participation from the ongoing or current game. The game officials have the authority to eject a player, coach, or a team representative for misconduct or unsportsmanlike conduct. The definition of malicious is having or showing a desire to cause someone harm. When determining whether contact is malicious, the umpire should consider the following questions. Does the player attempt to avoid the other player? Does the player contact the other player with the intent to do harm? Does the player try to pull up and absorb some of the contact? Does the player slow down or attempt to slow down before contacting the other player? Does the player accelerate through the other player? Is the player leaning forward in a propelling motion during contact? Does the player raise his forearms or extend his arms during the contact? Does the player contact the other player above the waist? The collision between the batter runner and the first baseman is very violent. The umpires do a good job of stepping in and making sure that the players do not participate in any fighting activities after the contact. The umpire crew must be alert to make sure no players leave the dugout or bullpen area to participate in an altercation after this contact.